Hey howdy ho, it's your ho Ghost here, and welcome back to West of Loathing. I have had an insatiable craving to continue playing this game ever since I first did, and I'm just so happy to be back. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy. Alright, if I remember correctly, last time we got a horse, and if I remember, we were going to fight the Fricker gang. That's what we were doing. Thud Fricker, the Fricker gang's intrepid lookout, appears to be taking a little nap. Just shoot him. That doesn't seem very sportsmanlike. You sure you want to do that? Yes. Really? You're just going to gun down a hapless sleeping man in cold blood? Cold is the only blood I have. Shoot him. He's just a kid. Everybody dies. Pull the trigger. Dang, partner. You got a perk, Ruthless. Well, got a new perk. It's a beer barrel cactus. Requires foraging? Okay. It's a pile of random stuff the Fricker gang stole. Finders keepers. One of the Fricker boys is dozing in a bathtub. Drown him. Psst, can you pass the soap? He humbles and hands you a bar of soap before sinking deeper, both into sleep and the tub. Got an item, bar of soap. Can I drown him now? You push his head under the water and hold him there until he stops struggling. At least he died rubber tub. You cautiously approach the Fricker gang. They're pretty engrossed in their poker game, so it doesn't actually require that much caution. You hide behind a barrel and eavesdrop on their conversation for a while. The one with the eye patch is quiet, but you gather that his name is Snipe, and the squirrely one is his brother Wimpy. What's your play here? Approach them and talk. Howdy boys, deal me in. The one without an eye patch raises an eyebrow at you. Who are you? How'd you get past Thud and Soapy? What do you want? It's Bimmy! Your brother. He squints at you. Bimmy? You ain't Bimmy. I am so Bimmy I stole some of Rube's face. You always did have a knack for face rustling. What's new here, Bimmy? We gotta get out of here, and fast. Wimpy, the Pinkertons are onto us, and they'll be here any minute. Dagnammit, come on, Snipe. Let's hightail it. I'll catch up with you guys later tonight. Wimpy nods. He and Snipe hurriedly pack up their belongings and flee the cave. You congratulate yourself on this attentiveness, memory, and strong interpersonal skills. Grit level 3. Let's grab the door and skedaddle. Oh, I got another mug. 50 meat? Whoa. Well, we got the cell door from the sheriff, so that's pretty good. See, the Fricker gang hasn't put a stop to your breathing. Did you rescue my cell door? You hand the sheriff his door and he hangs it back on its hinges. Nice work, stranger. This here prison cell just got about 4 times more secure. Are there any Fricker boys left for me to round up? Nope, they won't be bothering this town anymore. Well now, that's a right load off my mind. Looks like I owe you a reward. He produces a big bag of meat. 500! Ooh! Got another little task for you, if you got the time. Should be a lot simpler than the last one. Well, the Frickers busted the lock when they took the door. Gonna need a new lock. I'll keep an eye out. Okay. What now? Step right up, rides the name and trades the game. I'll trade the soap for a lock. Hey, we got the, lock for the sheriff. Howdy, you managed to scare up a lock for my cell? Yep, got one right here. You hand the sheriff the lock. That'll do nicely. The sheriff puts the lock on the cell door, then accidentally drops the key and clatters into the cell. Hellfire. Don't suppose you know how to pick a lock, stranger. You got a needle handy? I'll see what I can do. Do I have a needle? Pick the lock. I unlocked your cell door for you. The sheriff walks into the cell and picks up the key. He looks around for a place to hide it and eventually sticks it under his hat. Thank you kindly, stranger. If If Bourne Springs ever gets any more criminals, they'd better watch out. It's a good job you've done. Don't mention it. Here, have this as a souvenir of your time in Bourne Springs. Replica sheriff badge? I'm a sheriff! Oh, I'm a sheriff! You said something about an injury. Yeah, I busted my knee while mucking around at the showroom. Don't ask how. It's embarrassing. I was gonna get Dr. Alice to have a look at it, but she gave up doctoring. Why'd she do that? Nobody knows. She just shut herself up in her office and she wouldn't talk to anyone except Nurse Whiskey. Is that an actual nurse? Or... I'm pretty sure she was just being sarcastic. Oh, I could shovel it. I could shovel the poo up. Whiskey delivery for you, Doc. What brand? Nurse Whiskey. Your favorite, I'm led to believe. Didn't know she makes house calls. Alright, hold on. Hear a rattle as she unlocks the door. Doc Alice looks to be about in her 50s. Her hair is graying and her face is lined, but her eyes are still clear and sharp, if bloodshot. She holds out her hand. Whiskey. Stat. Whiskey. Give. She cracks open the whiskey and fills a small flask she takes out of her pocket. Then she puts the flask back in her pocket and starts chugging out of the bottle. Jeez, Doc, that doesn't seem healthy. Who's the doctor here, me or you? Point taken. What now? Well, I guess Dirtwater it is. You're properly horsed and ready to start your new life in the West. All you needed now is a partner. Somebody to share the trail with. Someone you can rely on for emotional combat support. Who will you take with you? I only got Crazy Pete. You consult the Southwest map the hostler gave you. It only lists 2 things. The town of Dirtwater and Manifest Destiny Railroad Company's westernmost camp. Let's head for Dirtwater. Oh my goodness. What's happening, Pete? Well, if you're interested in mining as such as I happen to know a little mine not too far from here. Okay, is it a good one? I ain't never been. Well, I have to explore to find out. Snake Pit Mine. This little girl is selling flowers. Let's buy some. Lot available. Not a lot available past this point. That's a good joke. I love this so much. It's such a good game. Clerk clears her throat. Howdy, are you the sheriff here? No, we don't currently have a sheriff. Offer to leave and leave. I could be the sheriff maybe. Do you have law enforcement experience? Not really. Have you been to sheriff school? No. Do you have an existing relationship with Dirtwater's local government? Are you familiar with all of the local ordinances? Do you even live here? No. Then what, may I ask, in tarnation makes you think you'd be qualified to be the sheriff? I just assumed. You just assumed that you could mosey into town and become sheriff on your first day? Well, when you put it like that... She snorts. If I had 5 meat for every wide-eyed, protagonist-looking kid who wanders in here thinking they're the most important tenderfoot to ever strap on iron, I wouldn't need this dead-end clerking job. I'm sorry. It's okay, like I said, it happens all the time. Need any help until you find a new sheriff? Sure, if you're any good with a gun, there's always somebody in need of some justice. Wanted posters are back there, cells are over yonder. Stripy Hat Gang. Grand theft paint and tasteless hat vandalism. Last seen in the vicinity of Cabin Canyon. Dirty rotten paint thieves and low down no fashion hat sense. Vandals despicable, want to go after them. Sure. The House in the Desert Gang. For mortgage non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance. Also for murdering 2 collection of agents. Last seen at House in the Desert. You wonder if the house is named after them, or if they're named after the house. In any case, at least their location is unambiguous. Oh! Advanced cow punching. I guess I'll get that. I can always learn how to punch more. I think we'll get this. Advanced cow punching. There's an essay about how to do a particular kind of sit-ups that make your abs really thick. Gives brawny, which increases my max HP. There's a complex pronunciation guide written by a linguist who was raised by cows. Give menacing moo, a skill that reduces the muscle of my opponents. There's a chapter about situational awareness and its importance when trying to survive in a world full of demon cows. Gives Ever Vigilant, a perk that increases your maximum AP by 2. You read the book while doing 10,000 sit-ups. After you're done, you tear the book in half as a testament to your newfound strength. Damn right I do. Guys, there's another one. This is a spittoon, which is a sort of brass bucket that people spit into instead of spitting on the floor. Because not spitting at all is not an option in this society, I guess. I say this despite knowing that you're pretty intimately familiar with spittoons already, sicko. Inspect it. Look, the Jewel Saloon is pretty nice as saloons go. Actual glass in the windows, more than 2 kinds of drinks, a poker room instead of a cockfighting pit, but this spittoon is still a spittoon. The rancid tobacco spit inside it isn't fancy rancid tobacco spit. I said inspect it. Here we go again. Alright, fine. You are now hunkered down next to a brass filth bucket, which probably has never been cleaned or emptied because you're near the desert, and the ambient humidity around here is pretty low. Low enough that spit evaporates nearly as quickly as it accumulates. So, that's good, right? No, that's bad, because it's only the water part of spit that evaporates. This brass bucket is half full of the rest of the spit. The toxins and the filth that don't evaporate, several years' worth. Distilled and concentrated until it's the consistency of molasses. People aren't allowed to flick cigarette butts into the spittoon anymore because they'll bounce out. Search it. You're about to put your hand into a bucket of something the color and viscosity of maple syrup. Except instead of maple, it's flavored with the inside of the mouths of people who chew cigars instead of smoking them and have never brushed their teeth. Yeah. Glorp. It feels like putting your hand into a bucket of lukewarm tapioca. It feels like putting your hand into a bucket of lukewarm tapioca pudding, except instead of tapioca, it's basically poison. It smells like someone ran over a skunk and waited a week and then set it on fire. It feels like your hand is dissolving. Keep searching. You found something. You found a tacky, filth-covered porcelain cow figurine. A useless, disgusting thing that will make a great heirloom for your children, assuming you're still able to have any and you hate them. Filthy porcelain cow. You have to hold this little porcelain cow upside down because it's filled with tobacco spit and you don't want it to spill out the little hole in the bottom of it. Let's go. Let's put the porcelain cow in my offhand. Well, howdy there. Always nice to see a new face in town. Welcome to the June Salal. Hey, thanks. I'm Herb. Glad to know you, Herb. Folks around here just call me Lloyd. What can I do for you? Nice to meet you, Lloyd. Where should we go? You notice a trail of burnt vegetation off the side of the trail, which can only mean one thing. A hell calf is grazing nearby. Track it down. Oh! Let's get beefy, and then attack it. Let's go to the desert house. That's where the family is that are avoiding their mortgage payments. As you dismount and approach the house, where the bandits are holed up, you hear a voice from inside say, "What was that?" Uh-oh. Looks like you're going to have to be sneaky if you want to avoid full-on fracas. Sneaky is my middle name. Wait, really? Yes, Sneaky is my middle name. Okay, if you say so. So new lore update. Herb Sneaky Maynard. You ask me, that's a pretty badass cowboy. From the sound of it, you'd say this doghouse contains an angry dog. This doghouse contains an angry dog. You're very funny. You're not going to be able to get past it without alerting the gang inside the house. Bring him on. Let's get beefy! Let's... sword hit you. And then I'll attack you. Okay, we did it. Good job. Justice has been served to the old house gang. You got a bag of ears and such. You didn't feel like carrying the entire... Hooray! I got ears. You hear a rustling sound and trace to a small gulch nearby. Peeking over the edge, you see a goblin rustling around in a bush. Presumably it's a gulch goblin rustler. Always kind of assumed that referred to a different sort of rustling though. It looked up at you and made some angry sounding noises. Fight it! Get beefy! And let's attack. And let's bash the shit out of you. Ow! Bitch. You clobber the goblin and find some goodies in the shrubbery he was rustling. You can see a snake coiled up in the little hole. Pull it out and punch it. Got the jump on him. Beefy. And sword. Oh, pickaxe. Oh. Cool. What? Wait, what? Oh. Okay. Oh. Attack this one. I think I might lose. Oh god. Oh no, I'm gonna lose. Well, if I lose, I'm taking one of you out with me. Oh. Oh no. I'm fighting those dang snakes again. I don't care. Oh, we cleared out Snake Pit Mine. I think we'll do Cavern Canyon. and then we'll save these two for the next episode. You spot a store on the horizon. Perhaps you could exchange meat for goods and services there. Advanced cow punching. I'll buy the needles. Oh, I don't have 1500. We'll go to the cave, see if we can get enough stuff for the foraging perk. Hear a groaning noise a short distance away and investigate a cowpoke sitting against a rock with his leg bent in a way that seems incorrect. What happened? Dang horse threw a rod and I fell off. I think I busted one of my dancing arms. Give him a ride back to Dirtwater. You help the guy onto the back of your horse and give him a lift back to town. Thank you kindly, stranger. I owe you one, but I seem doubtful we'll ever meet again. You encounter an overturned wagon surrounded by ruined books and broken pairs of spectacles. Looks like a family of especially literate homesteaders met an untimely end here. Advanced cow punching! Yes! Read it. There's a chapter about rubbing your skin with sandpaper in order to thicken it. Gives you the thick skin that increases your armor and protects you against melee. There's a chapter written by a guy who survived 17 different near-fatal gorings. He really learned a lot about getting gored. Gives you gore, a skill that lets you attack an entire row of enemies? Ooh, that seems good. That seems really tempting already. There's a really interesting article about punching people so hard they stop moving. Gives Haymaker a combat skill that deals damage and briefly stuns an enemy. Well, you gotta know we gotta do gore. That's such a good one. You read all of the book's inconvenient truths about goring. Unfortunately, you accidentally gore the book into bits while practicing what you've learned. Crap. Beer barrel cactus. See, we need foraging. That seems helpful. There's a plaque bolted to the cave wall here. Read it. Record of events of the expedition to and into Shaggy Dog Cave, November 1887. As recorded by Jim Plackwright. Having acquired through various and sundry means a story which is interesting in its own right, but better saved for another time, a map purporting to lead to a large cache of jewels and ingots of precious metals hidden by the infamous highwayman and train robber Black Coal Jr. In the years before the cows came home, I, Jim Plackwright, along with 3 compatriots, these being Nathaniel Wyman, Cyrus Howard, and Douglas Watts, set out to find Shaggy Dog Cave and the aforementioned treasure. There's another one. Our collection consisted of 1 cart, 4 split, 4 additional steers, 2 shovels, 8 and 9 pins. Large road work, 1 large basket of eggs, as well as a 12 other trail provisions and cookware. I own collection of blank plaques and tools, 1 large shaving dog, and bubble. I've traveled 2.5 days south and east to southeast. Behind a small town named Chapel, lunch gentleman in the city of Shaggy Dog Cave, leading the dog to watch the horses, the 4 of us actually went swimming, each ordered a beer, except Cy, who was outside the wood. This is getting annoying. Fuck! I want it to be over! Thank you for reading, and may your own endeavors be equally successful. Signed, Jim Plackwright. Was this for nothing? Was this for nothing? Did I read all that? There was nothing? Oh my god. Fucking hell, I'm angry. That's so stupid. Okay. I'm not ending on that. We're going to the Dave Yard. Oh. Welcome to the Dave Yard, everyone. Here lies Dave B. Died with his boots on, but not his pants. Dig up the grave. Brown boots. Here lies Dave G. He was looking to the sky to... Are these references? Okay, hold on. Dave B. Died with his boots on, but not his pants. Dave C. Went down in the theater. This is a Dave Grohl reference. I know that. That's a Dave Grohl reference. That's funny. That's fucking great. Dave G. Murdered by a different fella named Dave G. This is one of those things they have in mausoleums. You know, one of those big marble things with drawers full of skeleton. Open a whole bunch. is everyone missing me? Is that just luck, or is there a setting I turned on accidentally? Some kind of ritual circle drawn on the ground in red chalk. These are mostly burned rags, maybe used to be a person. Human ashes, robe receipt, gore-splattered scroll. Scrape the largest of the giblets off the scroll and read it. It says to take a pile of human ashes, spread them out in the shape of a person inside the red chalk ritual circle, then sprinkle them with stardust and place a mostly perfect or better glass sphere where the heart would be. Anyways, that's the gist of it. The actual text has a lot more these and thous and such like that. Plus, there's a bunch of weird gibberish you're supposed to say out loud while doing it. It's time to start gathering clues about the whole perambulation dead situation going on in these parts. Grab a notebook and paperclip the receipt of the first page. You open the necromancer journal and examine the information you've collected so far. You found a receipt or delivery of robes. Looking at it more closely, you see there's such delivery past Boulder Pass. That means Necromancer's lair is definitely west of the mountains. Good to know. You see a streak of fire blast across the sky and land just over the horizon. You ride to the side of the impact to find a meteor. Get at it with my pickaxe. Oh, fuck, that's a lot of meat. You pull out your pick and make short work, and all the small rocks of the meteor. Stardust. Unfortunately your pick melts from the heat of the meteor. The heatia. That. So we will read cow punching. I think menacing moo. You sit on a rock and move repeatedly until you've mastered the technique in the book. Finally you unleash an earth-shattering moo that destroys the rock you're sitting on and the book. Oops. Desert, eating and drinking. I got foraging. Unfortunately, while practicing your technique, you accidentally squeeze the book into book juice, which turns out isn't a real thing. Okay, we'll go to Snake Pit and we'll forage. Silversmith's house. We'll go to the... Why is it so far away? Harvest. Cactus bits. A spittoon! At least it looks like a spittoon, but it's next to a bed. Might actually be a bedpan. Investigate it! What, really? I mean, if it's just a spittoon, that's bad enough, but it might be a bedpan, and that would be way worse. I said investigate it. I feel like maybe you aren't getting what I'm saying. We're talking about an object that someone probably uses when they wake up in the middle of the night and can't be bothered to walk to the outhouse. And the best you can hope for is that maybe they only use it to spit nighttime tobacco juice into it, in which case, it's only full of rancid, congealing tobacco spit. I'm investigating it. Are you even listening to me, or are you just sort of skimming past the text? Bedpan. I'm pretty sure there's treasure in there, and you aren't stopping me. Bedpan! Shut up, I'm investigating! Okay, fine, have it your way. Your own filthy, disgusting way. Turns out, probably not to be a bedpan, but it definitely is a spittoon. And it's definitely filled with some rotting brown spit. Fish around in it. What is wrong with you? Bite me! Oh good God. Okay. You plunge your hand into it, up to the wrist. It makes a gloop noise and breaks the thin skin of congealing toxins that was previously keeping the dire smell in relative check. Now, you were choking on miasma of oily, bitter chore stink. You know that feeling when you're about to puke? How you get that taste way back in the rear corner of your mouth, that metallic tang by the root of your tongue, like you're sucking on a corroded old penny? Just tell me what I found already. You found a filthy slime-covered old brooch. Are you happy? I bet you're going to put it on without washing it first. Maybe I will. So there. Where's the brooch? Put it on. +2 to all. I'm a genius. There's a note on the safe reading. I forgot the darned combination to this code found thing. If you can open it, you're welcome to have what's inside it. Oh, okay. Oh, you look so happy. Howdy. What can I do for you? Well, do you have a menu? A menu? What are you talking about? Isn't this a walk-up style restaurant? What? No. I'm a silver plater. I plate things with silver, you know. Oh, I thought your sign was... Never mind. The man grins, revealing a full set of silver-plated teeth. So, you need something plated? What are my options? He looks you up and down. Well, silver plating is anything costs at least 500 meat. And you don't look like a fellow who has that kind of meat. I kind of resent that, but you're also right. Oh, we're going back to the store. We're selling some things. I could plate that hat you're wearing. People go with silver hats to get more done, they say. This will enchant your hat to add 1 maximum action point. Maybe something else? I could plate your melee weapon, what you're using there. It'll do more damage that way. Will increase the damage to creatures that are vulnerable to silver. What else? I could plate your pistol. It'll do more damage. He looks through your pack and mouth. A turnip. That sounds like an interesting challenge. Say, that's a fine looking tongue you've got there. I could plate that for you. Sure. My actual tongue? The one in my head?
Yep.
I want to plate the turnip. I'm gonna plate the turnip. I think the turnip would be funny. I think we'll save up some money and we'll plate the turnip. But I think that is where I'm going to end it off. Thank you all so much for joining me back for West of Loathing. I had an absolute blast playing this game once again. It is so fucking funny and I love it so much. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Join me next time as we do something. I'm not sure what we're going to do, but we are getting my turnip done eventually. So yeah, peace.
Bacon burger.